Welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast.
What is going on, team? Hopefully you guys are having a great day. We're stoked that you're here. Today, we are going to talk about the quarterfinals of the CrossFit Games. A few of our athletes went through it last week. Susie and myself are going to talk about our performance and our experience. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. What is going on, everybody?
Welcome back to your favorite podcast.
Of the week? Of the month? I don't know. We're just spitting things out.
Of your life.
Of your life. Damn.
Lifetime favorite podcast. Say hello to our 3 fans.
We're going deep here. Guys, some episodes we have absolutely zero plan. Some episodes we have a little bit of plan. And then other episodes we have much more a thorough plan. Those happen more rarely though.
I have to confess.
What's the confession?
I never have a plan.
My brain has a plan most of the time.
I literally always just show up, and that is my contribution to this. I think I'm the funny one too. I think that's my contribution.
That's your contribution. You're definitely
like
the
funny,
one.
The pretty, like the interesting,
the
like
pretty,
the fit one.
The one that they
low skill.
The low skill one.
Low skill. You know.
Wow.
I'm all of those things, and you're the brains of the operation, you know?
Shoot. This is why it's a massive podcast. But here we are, we try, and hopefully you guys are having a great day. Hopefully you guys are just ready for a good episode. We're just going to talk about our life the last week. We're going to talk about quarterfinals. We're going to talk about how that went. We talk about preliminary results, like technically it's all the results were due from the athletes yesterday night, but that being said, it's different than the open, whereas when you put in your score in the open, it was automatically validated. Right. And then each affiliate owner would go in to make sure all the scores matched correctly and did their due diligence. But the quarterfinals is different. You actually have to the owner has to go in, or the affiliate manager has to go in and validate everyone's scores, which it kind of looks like most affiliate owners did that already, which is kind of cool because we looked at our scores this morning.
And they haven't fluctuated much throughout the day.
Yeah. So I would imagine maybe there'll be some fluctuation over the next 24 hours, but it doesn't seem like a drastic one because it's been, 8 hours since I looked, and you said you moved up. Moved down 4 spots. 4 spots. Yeah.
4 spots, like on a worldwide ranking, is nothing.
Yeah. So there was 26,000 women we saw. Well, there was 26,000 women invited, and then there was 31,000 men invited. We don't know how many people were actually participating. We'll only know that, I guess, in a few days from now, or I guess by Thursday morning we'll see that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll talk about that stuff. We'll talk about our experience in quarterfinals. But banter topic, we've been watching, by we, mostly me, Susie's just kind of scrolling on her phone here.
Yeah, but you know what? TikTok is really, really popping off at the
moment. We were watching this document. We've been watching a signed document. Documentary.
Riveting television.
A documentary on Gordon Ramsay, which hopefully you guys know who that is. Growing up, I was a big Gordon Ramsay fan. I used to watch a lot of Hell's Kitchen,
really?
Kitchen Nightmares. Yeah, I used to watch that with my mom a lot. That was the reality TV that we would watch.
I hate cooking shows.
Oh, I love cooking shows. You know what I would really maybe this sounds bad. Hopefully my mom's not listening. But I remember we used to watch it while we were like eating. Yeah, it's bad parenting, whatever. Don't judge us. But
our son watched The Grinch 5 times this weekend, babe. But we're not out here passing judgment.
We would eat and watch that show. Or also, like, even when I was in college, I used to watch that show as well. And I was living on my own at the time, so I would enjoy my food more because my eyes were seeing very impressive culinary foods.
You're like, all of a sudden this craft dinner is tasting gourmet.
So I would actually, and I also enjoyed the intensity that the show would bring.
The passion.
Also, I'm a little bit obviously business oriented in my mind. So I, even at younger ages, I enjoyed seeing the operation of like the kitchen flowing and things like that. And, you know, there was other shows like Kitchen Nightmares where he goes into a random kitchen or a random restaurant
right
in the US and just tries to turn it around. Like these companies, I guess, what do you call it? Like put up their, what's the word I'm looking for? Volunteer, I guess, and like put their restaurant for bid here, and then hopefully that gets picked. What's the word I'm looking for? Auction, not auction. What's the freaking word? Anyways,
I don't know what you're trying to say.
They try to get their restaurant chosen.
Okay.
And he goes in there and judges the shit out of their food, then goes in the kitchen and sees all these crazy like ways that they're cooking, food being like, you know, not properly handled and managed and things like that. And the way hostesses would greet people when they walked in and the importance of all those little details. Like I really enjoyed watching all those things. Mm-hmm. So yeah, anyways, I saw the documentary on Netflix and I was like, oh wow, this could be kind of interesting because it's not about like food. It's about his life and how he's grown this like epic empire.
Yeah.
And when I got
it's pretty sick.
The fortune of going to Vegas last year, I knew that like Hell's Kitchen was in Vegas and I knew that he was kind of popular in Vegas. But when we went there, I didn't understand how much like everything, like every corner you turn, there's like a Gordon Ramsay poster. There's this type of restaurant, that type of restaurant. Like there's so much Gordon Ramsay stuff. So anyways, I thought it was interesting because we turned it on and we've been watching it and you see like
his family and his life.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was cool. And one of the things that kind of struck me in the episode we watched, was it last night? A couple nights ago? Where he was, yeah, actually, I'll rewind a little bit. Growing up, I was always like, man, he eats so much food. Like, how is he not huge? You know? And one of the things that he talked about in the episode the other night was being super fit in this later stages of his age as well.
Yeah, what is he, like 57 or something he said?
Yeah, mid-50s. Yeah, and he has how many kids? It's like
a lot.
6, 7 kids. Like
one of
crazy.
them is like the same age as our kid, which is anyways.
It's wild.
If you have that much money, whatever.
Yeah. But it's interesting because he was talking about the importance of fitness, and you have this guy who is busier than anyone in the world.
Being pulled in 1 million different directions at one time.
He's traveling to freaking Thailand to open up a restaurant here. Then he's got to go back to like New York to film like Hell's Kitchen, or not Hell's Kitchen, but Kitchen Nightmares. Then he's, you know, going back home, spending some time back home, and he's working the whole documentary. So why am I having such a hard time with these words?
Yeah,
documentary.
It's not a tough word.
Yeah, this whole documentary is about getting this epic restaurant up and running it's in London, right?
Yeah, it's in like this super tall.
It's like the biggest 5-part restaurant that he's ever worked on. Anyways, it's kind of cool to like see it. We haven't finished it, but we're going through it. But anyways, his life is so freaking busy and hectic. He's got freaking 6 kids. One's getting married. One's in like a toddler, you know, and he's talking about how important it is to maintain a high level of fitness, and how he's encouraging all these new chefs that are coming in to really focus on their fitness, because life is going to be super hard and you need to have something to fall back on so that you can push through those hardships.
Yeah, I think he lives a fast-paced life, and he is definitely surrounded by great food. But it was interesting that his philosophy, you know, even amongst all of the things, taking like red-eye planes here, doing this there, he talks about how essential his workout regime is to him, and that like being strong is really important in order to be able to keep up with the lifestyle that he has and the businesses he has and the kids that he has. He needs to keep his health and fitness in check. And I feel like it makes me think about like I don't know where I saw this somewhere online, this is not related to the documentary, but it's along the same line of thinking, is like someone posted like how can I trust, a high level person in politics, let's say, or a high level business owner, CEO or boss or something to like take care of me if they can't take care of themselves, it really is setting an example in life. Actions speak louder than words. People like, even we have a small toddler right now, we're living it day to day. Like they really learn by watching you, and they follow in your footsteps, and they do what they want to do, what you're doing. And so, if these people in high positions and high power and have tons of employees or whatever it is are not taking care of themselves, like what message is that sending? And so I think it has such a powerful message when somebody who kind of, I don't know, could have all the excuses in the world to not make time for their health and has all the help in the world, let's say in terms of financial gain, could hire nannies, all these things. And they talk about how it's really important to like, in and amongst all of that, still put your health at the top of the priority list is really like something that's, I don't know, it's just really nice to hear and nice to see put into practice.
Yeah. They also spoke about his father having a heart attack and dying that way. So he talked about like just the overall importance of just being healthy. Like he talked about being strong and being able to endure and go through that hardship of life. But he also talked about like the general like health side of things, like he had a health scare and he was like, hey, I need to make sure I take care of myself. Yeah. Like
a lot of people rely on him, and he takes that not lightly.
Yeah. I just feel like from an overall standpoint, I think in media, we're seeing a lot more CEOs and people talking about the importance of fitness. And I love that.
Me too. I love that.
Some kind of come off the wrong way. Some people are like, you have to have a six-pack. I'm like, well, I don't know. That's sometimes it's a little intense. But if you push the message that like, hey, health is super important, and we are having more and more people come to the gym saying, hey, my work now covers a part of membership stuff.
Yeah, because
I think that's freaking epic. Yeah. Like, hey, I have X amount of dollars that my work will now cover for me to focus on health, or my work covers class pass and I'd like to use that at your gym. So it's kind of cool that we're starting to see more CEOs and seeing like high leadership companies and celebrities like Gordon Ramsay talk about the importance of it. Yeah. And then they're also now focusing that, okay, if my entire team, if my whole business operation is just overall healthier and fitter, then we perform better as a unit as well, and we don't think of it like that in life. Unfortunately, we think that like exercise is this thing that you have to try to fit in on the side.
Have to do, yeah.
Yeah. Versus no, like if I work out, then I optimize my life. I have more energy for my kids. I have more patience. I feel better. I'm more productive at work or at school or whatever that is. So.
Yeah, and then there's also the trickle down effect of like, doing hard things in the gym translates to mental toughness outside of the gym and all of that. And also in order, like working out is good for the mind, is good for the physical body. It's good for all of these things, but it's also good for training yourself to be disciplined.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I thought that was just a random banter topic that I wanted to discuss. If you guys...
It's so funny because we haven't talked about this, but that really flashed to me when I was half watching it, half scrolling TikTok.
Yeah, you're like, oh wait, he's talking about fitness. Hold on, let me pause the TikTok.
I was like, oh yeah, that's good.
I thought it was kind of cool. So far, it's a good documentary. Nailed it. And...
it only took you this far into the episode to say that word correctly.
But I'm very much looking forward to finishing. I think we have a couple more episodes. Will he get the restaurant up and running in London? Probably. Crazy amount of money. But it
Google
also
search
just from...
could answer that for you, babe.
Yeah. Also from just like the business standpoint, I freaking love seeing the operations that go into it.
The attention to detail.
Yeah, he's running an empire. Like it's not just like Gordon Ramsay is running 80 something different restaurants. It's like he has a team below him and every person of that team is so important. And then you get to hear the waitresses in this random country that are training new people coming in, and it's like, hey, you are representing Gordon Ramsay here. Like, you need to be smiling, you need to be giving your best to every customer. Like, they're talking about the importance of the brand and the culture and things like that. And I just thought that was really cool. So
yeah, it's also fun to just see, like, when it comes to owning, like, we own a business, so you see things maybe through a different lens than other people viewing. But it's interesting to see down to the little details of, you know, lighting and, you know, client experience and
the walkthrough,
the vibe and walking through and planning the logistics of how things are going to run. And then, you know, cultivating the staff. Gordon Ramsay can't be the chef in all of these kitchens, so he's cultivating young chefs, and he's spending time teaching them and training them and encouraging them. And, you know, sometimes his way of doing is notoriously rough, but he's, you know.
I think that was one of the big standpoints, is that you see Hell's Kitchen, you know, you fucking asshole or whatever, you know, but like in this documentary, you're seeing him taking time. There's a brand new restaurant opening up in this, you know, the Philippines or whatever, and he's taking time to hug and greet every single employee there, and making sure that, you know, hey, how you doing, how's your family, you know, like he's such like a kind person. You see him being like, I guess, a typical asshole on TV.
Yeah, like
it's
that's
raw,
his persona.
it's fucking raw, you know. But like, you see him from behind the scenes, and that's what they're talking about, his family. You see him being so kind to his family and so gentle, and you see how much he cares about those things. I thought that was so cool. That was one of my big takeaways as well. All right, enough Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay's talk. Let's get into our quarterfinals.
Let's talk about it.
Let's do it. So quarterfinals, if you don't know what it is, the CrossFit Open was a 3 workout over 3-week event.
So sorry.
And our community took that on, along with about 250,000 people worldwide.
Damn.
Pretty cool.
Crazy.
And the top 25% of the Open was invited to quarterfinals. And quarterfinals was 4 workouts that was released right away at one shot that you had to do over a Thursday to Monday span.
In any order.
In any order. They released the 4 workouts, Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. And you get to just go through them in any order at any time that you want throughout those 5 days.
Sick.
So the first one was, I'll kind of just go through them really quickly. If you guys want to see online, they're everywhere on the CrossFit Games. You can easily search them on the CrossFit application as well. But the first workout was for time. You had 10 shuttle runs, 20 overhead squats, 30 burpees over the bar, mandatory 1-minute rest, and then 30 burpees over the bar, 20 overhead squats, and then finish with a 10 shuttle runs.
Yep.
That was the first workout. The second workout was neat. It was a 15-minute time cap where you had to do 80 dumbbell hang squat cleans into 40 bar muscle ups, and you could partition it however you wanted.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
A lot of freedom.
Yeah.
A lot of strategy involved in thinking about how are you going to execute the workout to maximize your score.
Yeah. So partition however you want. The third workout was, that was the deadlift workout. Yeah. So you had for time with a 12-minute time cap, 3 rounds of 50 double unders, 10 deadlifts at 225 for the men and 155 for the women. Then you had 2 rounds of 50 double unders, 10 deadlifts at 275 for the men, 185 for the women. And then you had 1 round of 50 double unders and then 10 deadlifts at 315 for the guys and 225 for the girls.
Correct.
So that was the
third workout,
heavy workout of the
Very
bunch.
heavy.
And then the fourth and final workout was 1,000 meter row. For time, 1,000 meter row, 30 clean and jerks at 135 for the guys, 95 for the girls. Come back to that. 1,000 meter row, and then 30 strict handstand push-ups, time cap 20 minutes. So those are the 4 workouts. And like I said, you got to complete them throughout the week. So tell me, my love, how was your experience going through those 4 workouts? Where are you at ranking wise right now? Like I said, there was 26,000 women invited. I would imagine maybe, I'd probably say half of the people signed up for it. Maybe more than half. We'll find out.
Currently ranked 7,105th.
7,105th. Pretty good.
Out of, we don't really know how many.
Well,
maybe like 20,000
technically, if you
people.
don't sign up, then you finish with 0 points. You finish last. But yeah, 7,000.
Yeah, I would say like I wasn't expecting to be ranked high in these workouts. Where this is the top 25%. So yeah. I was expecting to be in the bottom half of the top 25%, I guess.
Well, so far you're at the top.
Well, yeah, but I don't. Anyways,
we'll see how many people actually sign up.
Yeah. I feel like my mindset going into doing the quarterfinal, my mindset going into the open this year, I've never been more nervous for an open. I cared very deeply about my performance. Like I really cared about my score. Yeah. It wasn't just for fun this year. It was like, how freaking hard can I go? And I really cared deeply about it.
Yeah.
And I'm super satisfied with how it went. When it came to the quarterfinals, I feel like I had a lot more of like, I really want to enjoy this. I'm going to give it my best effort. Like I'm not a do things halfway kind of person. Like I really wanted to give it my best effort, but I was more excited about participating in it and giving it a whirl, and I was feeling less anxious about the workouts. Like I didn't have as much nerves. I wasn't so passionate about my performance.
Yeah.
So that was like kind of my mindset going in. I feel like I was just like, this is so cool. I'm so lucky to participate in this. My first time doing quarterfinals. And, you know, the high skill things were coming into play. And as we all know, I'm a low skill kind of gal.
High skill. We're just teasing about that. Susie's very skilled about this, but
yeah, but it's true joke. Though that when it comes to the very high skill things in CrossFit, I still have so much room for improvement. And so I was just excited to participate, see where I was at, and like put some of my new skills to the test.
Yeah.
So I feel like mentally I was going into it with a lot more of just like, I'm ready to see what it is.
Yeah.
But also, you know, it just so happened I was like, we've been both nursing this cold for I don't know how long, but
yeah, I feel like we were both like
really sick,
excited.
Like
I was super pumped. I was like, all right, bring on quarterfinals. I feel ready. I'm ready to go. Monday,
yeah,
crushed like 2 workouts. We started High Rocks programming here, so I was like, I'm gonna do the 9 a.m. High Rocks and CrossFit at like 12 p.m. Like I was feeling top notch. And then Tuesday, I woke up and was instantly slapped in the face with another cold, like brutal. Couldn't breathe. My body was feverish. And I think it hit you a little bit later, a couple days after, which was more unfortunate because it was closer to the quarterfinals. But yeah, we pretty much went through the entire weekend of quarterfinals or weekish fighting something. We were both sick during the whole process.
Like we haven't ever fully gotten better. And just when I feel like I'm starting to get better, I get like sick again. But it's probably the worst I felt was just so happened to fall like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when we were doing the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And then also we had like a really fun engagement party for our friends on Saturday. So like I personally wanted to finish my quarterfinals workouts before so that I could have a few drinks out with my friends and not have to like try and do a workout after drinking wine, and you know what I mean. So that was a personal choice because I wanted to really enjoy my friend's party. I didn't want to keep any workouts for Sunday, and then because of my work schedule, Monday was off the table. So I wanted to fit my 4 workouts in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, how'd you break it down?
So I started off with the muscle up clean workout, and I did that one on Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Before work.
Yeah. And you did how many muscle ups,
I'm
bar
very
muscle
happy
ups?
about this. I did 18 out of the 40 bar muscle ups, and I did
Awesome.
80 out of the 80 cleans. So this was really cool for me. It was the first time ever I really got, other than like last year's open when I got my first ever bar muscle up, but it was the first time ever I was able to do muscle ups in a workout. You know, last year we did a few competitions and I was hoping I was going to show up and we never got the chance to do it. So it was my first like competitive use of the skill that I've just acquired, which is the bar muscle up. So I was very, very, very happy to be able to use it in a workout. And it's definitely a new experience for me.
Yeah.
I haven't done them in workouts. So I feel like, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's way more exhausting.
Yeah.
It's like, it takes so much energy.
So much energy, yeah.
And that was a unique experience for me. So I'm really happy with how that went. Going into that workout, I was kind of like, okay, I want to get like more than a few, but I didn't really know how many I was going to get. So the way I partitioned the workout was I did somewhere between 1 and 3 muscle ups. And then I always did 6 hang cleans at 35 pounds, except for one round where I had to do 8. Okay. And then I just did that. I just hopped up on the bar, did the best I could in terms of muscle ups, somewhere between 1 and 3. If I got it to the top of one and I was like, oh, that went so well, I tried to chain into a second one. If I felt like I was grinding it out, I just dropped down, didn't even give it an effort for another one, and just went back to the cleans. And I just,
Nice.
I did
So you
that.
did workout 2 first.
Yeah.
Then what'd you do after that? So that was Thursday, Friday.
So then on Friday, I did 2 workouts.
Yeah.
I started off with the rowing, clean and jerk, rowing,
Strict
handstand push-ups.
And how far along did you get, my love?
I did 9 out of
yeah.
the
30.
strict handstand push-ups.
Pretty cool. Because you just got your strict handstand push-ups.
I got my first strict handstand push-up of my whole life 2 weeks ago. So the timing was impeccable, really.
Cool.
And I'm really happy with how that went too.
Yeah.
So those 2 I'm like thrilled with.
Yeah.
Then on Friday, after we did the rowing handstand push-up workout, then I took like about 1 hour to go have a little bit of something to eat. And then I came back to the gym. And then I did the shuttle runs, overhead squats, burpee workout.
First one.
And to be honest, I am mega disappointed in my score for this one.
Yeah, we don't really train overhead squats that often at CrossFit Max, which is my bad. Just because I'm a little bit on the more biased side from like a general public standpoint.
Like
I feel
a
like
group
it's
class.
Yeah, it's really, really tough. We're going to start implementing it a little bit more, but you know, it is a really hard movement, requires a lot of overhead mobility. But that being said, yeah, we just got exposed in that workout because we don't really work on it that much.
Yeah. And I think I really did try my best, and I feel like I still didn't do terrible.
Yeah.
I finished this like into the second round of them. I think I did like 16 or 17 of the overhead squats.
Yeah.
Out of the 20. So I had 3 left and then 10 shuttle runs left.
Yeah.
Now, I just don't like the feeling because I know for a fact, like right now, today, if you were like, okay, let's redo the workout.
Yeah.
Just under the circumstances today versus the circumstances that day, and also with the information I gathered from doing it the first time, I could do so much better.
Yeah.
And I know I have it in me to do better, and I just like didn't have an opportunity where I could retest the workout, and so I just like am irritated a bit with that one.
Yep. And then on the Saturday, you finished the third quarterfinal.
So on the Saturday, I did the last workout. Well, like it was the
deadlift.
third workout, but it was my last workout.
Yeah, she did that.
And
you did the order of 2, 4, 1, and then 3.
3, yeah. And this one, I'm pretty happy with how it went. It was the only workout of all the open and all the quarterfinals that I finished. Every single workout all the workouts were for time, right?
Yeah.
And this was the only one that I finished.
Yeah.
And with only 15 seconds to spare.
Yeah.
But the double answers went really well. The deadlifts went really well until the last bar. And the last bar was 225.
Yeah.
And there was 10 reps at 225 to do. And just for everyone to know, my 1 RM deadlift that we tested not that long ago, so it's like a legitimate recent-ish number, is 230.
Yeah.
So it was like doing a 1 RM 10 times in a row under fatigue. I had like 4 minutes to get it done.
Yeah, you got it done.
And I
Few
got it
seconds to
done.
spare.
And it was definitely the most emotional workout. I was like crying while I was doing my deadlifts at the end, because I was like, it's so heavy. I'm not going to have enough time. And I was starting to panic that I wasn't going to have enough time. And then it was with Alexa and Malius. We did a lot of the workouts together, and they're crying while I'm crying, doing my workout and cheering for me. So it was very like sweet and special moment. And I'm so proud of myself for getting it done. But I'm definitely suffering now because I put my back probably in a vulnerable position. Just, they were not beautiful deadlifts.
They were heavy.
But I did it.
Yeah, so
I did it.
workout, the shuttle run one, the overhead squat, that was the workout you feel like
That's
you
the
didn't
thorn in
give
my
it.
side. I'm sad about it.
And the one that you're the most proud of?
I think the one that I'm the most proud of, I don't even know. I think the one that gave me the coolest feeling after would be the muscle up workout.
Yeah, nice.
I think that I surprised myself by being able to do 9 handstand push-ups. So I'm happy with that.
I feel like that's kind of cool, but the workout itself for you wasn't
exciting.
That hard. Yeah, like
Because
it was like you just got there under like really like
minimal fatigue.
Minimal
I
fatigue.
kind of chilled on the rowing and the clean and jerks. Like I didn't feel like I was. I feel like the only workout where I felt like I was really dying was the muscle up cleans.
I feel like from a programming perspective, I think they did an awesome job. The only thing I would say is if they could improve anything, it would have been the time cap in that workout. I feel like they, like the people who the top dogs in the world.
The
people
time
who are
cap
going
of the handstand push-ups?
Yeah, like it was a 20-minute workout. And I can't remember like what the top dogs are doing, but close to the 10-minute mark, and it's like, I don't think like a 20-minute time cap workout because for you and for a lot of people, it's like, hey, and myself
just chill
included,
until you get to
the
the
handstands.
handstands.
Just chill until you get to the handstands. And I did it, and I finished it in like 18 minutes and 30 seconds, which that's kind of like my overhead squat feeling. I feel like that's kind of the thorn that I wish I had approached it a little differently. Yeah. The Thursday, so I did the
give us your breakdown.
Thursday afternoon, I did the same thing. I did workout number 2.
Muscle ups and cleans.
Which I was in bad shape, folks. I was like really feverish. I was achy everywhere in my body. And like that workout has haunted me for the last 5 days. Like the feeling of going through that, like it was a very grippy workout.
Yeah, it was very tough.
I almost completed. I was missing 8 dumbbell hang squat cleans. I finished the muscle ups and I did 74 of the hang squat cleans. But it was like a really out of body experience. Like
it was tough.
I was like, I'm gonna try to do probably the trap, which is 10 rounds of like 4 and 8. And I think after the second round of doing that, my whole body, my lower back, every part of my grip just was instantly like, hey, the fuck you are gonna do that. We have different plans for you.
Hang squat cleans were spicy.
Yeah. It was just my
quickly.
body. My body was like instant shutdown mode.
Yeah.
And it was rough. So that workout, I just was a miserable time, but I did what I could. I got all the muscle ups in. The muscle up feeling was great. Like I've never felt so good in a muscle up competition workout. Yeah. I was flying on those muscle ups. And it's funny, one of the members like went Facebook Live and I had no idea. And I was like, wow, I'm like moving very fluidly on those muscle ups. It's just my will to pick up the dumbbells was so low
1 million
because my body was just aching so bad.
And also like even if you were in full like health, the will to pick up the dumbbells is like 0.
Yeah, it's still a savage workout, very grippy workout. But I like the combination of the two.
I liked it too.
I love the fun factor of like, hey, partition however the hell you want.
Yeah, the creativity of it all. Yeah,
some fun, sprinkle a little bit of fun in there, CrossFit. Like that shit was cool.
And also it allowed like, I assume people who didn't have muscle ups to like do a disgusting amount of cleans and then try for a muscle up.
Yeah, how many people got their first muscle up? We're going to get into this after.
Yes.
But so yeah, that I did workout 2 first on Thursday. Then Friday I did the rowing one because I felt like my my body was still achy, and I thought like, okay, that one I'm just gonna pace myself.
I guess.
And then I've been working a lot on my strict handstand push-ups, so I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna be able to just kind of grind it out. And I felt like I actually took too much time to get to that point, and actually my shoulders were completely fine.
Yeah, like
so
you
I was
should
just
have
going,
maybe hustled on the other stuff a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. So like that workout, in hindsight, I'm like, I wish I could have redone that workout.
Yeah, like you would have approached it different.
Yeah. I would have grinded through the clean and jerks took me like over 5 minutes to do, and I'm like, that's so slow. So anyways, did that workout on Friday.
Yeah.
Saturday I did the deadlift workout, and the Saturday I was starting to feel better.
Yeah.
And that was my original plan, was to get everything done by Saturday as well. And I was going to do 2 workouts on Thursday, but Thursday I was in bad shape, so I decided that I'm going to do one of the workouts on Monday morning.
Yeah.
So I decided, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I knew that deadlift workout was going to be tough on the back, but I said, screw it. Like, we invited some of our community members before the group class on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what, that's a fun workout just in general. Like, let's do it. And then I had the mindset of like, just send it. Like yesterday, you really let off the gas pedal and you weren't happy with your results. Do this workout, go all out. You had done it before me. I saw Malice and I saw Alexa go through this. And I was like, okay, this is actually a much faster workout.
It's very fast
than I think.
It's so quick.
And so I freaking sent it on the workout.
Double under king.
Love double unders, yeah. So, and I'm like fairly decent at banging out like touch and go deadlifts.
Yep.
So I just said, you know what, like belt up, chalk the shit out of your hands, and let's freaking go. And I gripped and ripped that bar, and that was my best performance of the entire weekend. I finished that workout in like 7 minutes, 7 minutes 20, I think. Maybe even faster. So I finished that workout super fast and was super pumped about that. And I feel like I needed that W. You know,
needed it, yeah.
I was like, I needed that win. Sunday I took off. I was actually feeling good on Sunday. Like Sunday, I was like, okay, finally I'm feeling better. And then Monday morning, I woke up like super congested again. And I was like, what the hell is going on? But felt good during the workout. I did the first quarterfinal with the overhead squat one. And also,
I would have just loved to have done that one on Monday again.
Yeah. So I did that one, and I was pretty pumped about my results. Like we don't really train overhead squats, and I broke them down pretty well. I did 15 and then 5 on the first kind of go at it. And then on the second go at it, on that second series, I did 10, 5, 5. And it's kind of funny because I was like, okay, like I'm actually pretty pumped about that. Like I got the workout done in 10 minutes and 40 seconds, 44. Right. I was like, I feel pretty pumped about that. I've finished it with still over a minute left in the cap here. So I feel pretty pumped about that. And looking at my results, it was actually my worst score of the 4. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my worst workout, but it was obviously going to be my worst workout.
Yeah. So that one was my worst score of the bunch. And I thought like, oh, wow. Like I thought I did decent. I thought my muscle up hang squat clean was going to be my worst score, but actually wasn't. And yeah, so that was my experience going through that.
I guess you're most proud of the deadlift.
Yeah, most proud of the deadlift one. Just, yeah.
And the one really you would redo if you could have, would it be the handstand push-ups?
Either that dumbbell hang squat clean muscle up one or the
I just wouldn't want to redo that, even though I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You gotta, like, you have to go to suffering.
Yeah. But overall,
with a capital S.
I think it was a really cool experience. We got to see a variety of different movements. You know,
I think it was really like interesting, the different movements.
Yeah. In what way?
Like, I feel that there was a nice combination of skill and grit and, you know, will. Like, I feel like there was a good combination of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was good. There was like...
They weren't all like gross, you know?
Yeah. In the past, some of the quarterfinals have been like ultra intense. Like I've done a quarterfinals like many years ago, one of the first ones, and it was like insane heavy weights, insane movements. And this one I felt was... somewhat accessible, but it really allowed the people who are super fit to shine.
Yes.
But it also made it accessible for, let's say, I don't know where I'm going to fit in that, but let's say the bottom 60%.
Yes.
Like I would imagine we're probably going to be in that bottom 60%.
Oh, yeah.
And but it allowed the top 40% to be who they are and showcase their fitness without limitations. And it allowed the people who, were, let's say, in the open, who just made it, from maybe that 75th percentile to the 90th percentile, to be able to still push and also have like a good time doing it and finish a couple workouts too.
Yeah.
That was fun. There is an element of like, even on the strict handstand push-up, I finished it and I was like, oh, it feels good to finish a workout. Like,
that's how I felt
really
about the
good.
deadlifts. And that's why I was crying on the last barbell, because I was like, I swear to God, if I came all this way and I don't finish this freaking workout, I'm going to lose my mind. But like, for example, in my case, I was ranked around 6,000th out of, we still don't know how many, but 6,000th on all the workouts, except for event 1. I was like 9,000th. So like, it's very clear that I like dropped the ball there. But then I was kind of ranked around the 6,000th or whatever position for the other 3 workouts.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like that's not that dissimilar than the open workouts.
In terms of ranking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like even though, I feel there were things that
you're saying like you finished like 7,000 in the open? No, that'd be really high. Oh,
those
that
are
makes
like
sense,
the
actually.
Points or whatever. How do I go back and see it now? I don't know.
Well, if you
how to
finish
see it.
like, if you have 7,000 points, that's because you finished 7,000.
But now, how do I go see the open leaderboard?
Yeah, so you can go under athlete, click on your own profile, click on athlete profile, and then scroll down to 2026 open, and it'll show you.
Yeah, so like in 26.1 and 20, I came like 8,000th. 26.2, I came like 14,000. That's because I didn't have a ring muscle up. And then 26.3, I came 5,000th.
Nice.
So
yeah, you're an average 7,000er.
Yeah, like I feel like my around the 7,000 mark for the open, and then also for the quarterfinals is just proving that, even though they were very different type of tests, they were higher skill, whatever, I guess my general ranking is I'm around that mark right now.
7,000er.
I'm just a 7,000er.
What
are you, boo-boo? Tell me.
So first I just want to say,
you crushed me in all
Susie
4 workouts.
0, Brandon 4.
Yeah.
That
Mr.
being said,
Whiny McWhiners, and you know how many people told me that you were just whining in our open recap?
Hey, whining, not that you beat me, whining that the women had different open workouts than the men. And I'll also say,
don't start, because the women are hating you right now, babe.
I'll also say that all of the women's weights in quarterfinals were 70% of the men's weight, not 60. So we had a 135-pound barbell clean and jerk. Guess what the women's weight was? 95 pounds. It wasn't 85. The overhead squat, 115. It was 80 pounds for the ladies, right? The dumbbells, same thing. And then the deadlifts as well, right? So it just was a different open experience. That's all I was trying to say, ladies. Not that your open was easier than the men. It's just that you have to think from CrossFit, what we're taught. I don't know if
you want to open this wound again, babe.
What I'm saying is that what we taught in CrossFit is whether you're an elite athlete or you're a grandma and you're just trying to focus on your health, the stimulus of the workout should all be the same, right? Like in a group class, no matter where your fitness journey is, there's a stimulus intended for the workout, and the women just had a different stimulus than what the men went through in the open.
Right.
And that's what my issue was. Not that women had an easier open. I don't think that your workout was any easier than my workout. You had to do, like, for example, the specific workout I was talking about was the burpee workout. You had to do a lot more burpees. And I would much rather do some more barbell stuff than more burpees.
There
right?
you go.
But so in the quarterfinals, what did you say you were? It's kind of funny.
7,000.
Tell me the exact number so we know exactly.
I don't know. Whatever it is, whatever yours is, plus minus 1.
So technically, Susie did finish
ahead of you, but
Ahead of me in the ranking.
7,105th currently.
Oh, I am 7,179th.
How's the weather down there?
Which is kind of funny that we're like so close to each other
Yeah.
in overall ranking. That being said, there was more
Yeah,
men
your percentage
invited,
wise, you
but
depends on maybe more women participated.
exactly. So we don't know. We're not going to know.
Interesting, but yes, that like 7,176 out of 31,000 versus mine out of 26,000 gives you a better percentile.
In my ranks for the workouts, my worst one was event 1, which was the overhead squat one. I finished almost 9,000. Event 2, which was the hang squat clean.
That's what I finished in that workout.
9,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. I finished like 8,958th.
In the muscle ups?
No, in the muscle ups, I finished 8,443rd.
Ah, see, that's a big difference because
What'd you get?
I did my best in that workout.
That was your best stat. That means
My best stat was 5,659th.
nice. And although most men are probably going to do more muscle ups, the stimulus of that workout was almost identical. Like both of us felt extreme amount of grip, strength, and like
Fatigue.
the fact that like you couldn't do, let's say, more muscle ups. Well, you had the opportunity to go and do more dumbbell hang squat cleans, and it was the same like feeling, like it was a grind.
Right.
So it's not that I did more muscle ups, that I think that we experienced a different stimulus. We both experienced a very, very similar stimulus to that workout.
Okay, event 3.
Event 3 was my best one. I finished 3,400.
Nice. I had 6,500 on that one.
Nice. And then the last one, the event 4, which I wish I just tackled it a little different.
Yeah.
I finished 7,946.
And I did 6,044th.
Nice. So it's kind of cool that we're both like in the 7,000 mark.
Yeah,
and
we're
literally, and this
a
is
good match.
This is not comparing men and women, by the way. So this is like Susie finished 7,100 for the female athletes, and I finished like 7,200 for the male athletes. So it's kind of cool that we're like very similar ranking.
Yeah.
But just what
remember,
I wanted to see,
crushed you in the open.
smash me, not even close. But what I did want to see was how I finished in terms of like what you were looking at.
The comparison
overall.
with the open scores and the
quarterfinals.
quarterfinals.
Mine are vastly different.
Oh.
Mine, like I finished 24,000 in the first workout, 14,000 in the second workout, and 30,000 in the third workout.
What I'm seeing there is that your skills are higher than your
My will.
grit.
Yeah, grit, yeah.
And in my case, my grit level and my skill level seem
No
to
doubt.
be matched.
I think women just have better grit strength than men.
Yeah, that's because
period.
we birth children.
Yeah, exactly. But I was far sicker than Susie because no woman would really understand what a man cold is, and boy, did I have one.
And I also had to do the workout like at 6:45 in the morning before going to work.
You
Then worked a
crushed it.
full day.
Yeah.
Then did 2 other workouts with a 1 hour break in between because I needed you to judge me.
Yeah.
And then I had to wake up early on Saturday morning again to do it so that you were able to do it at 9 o'clock with your friends.
I had no friends. Solo.
Well, that's because your friends didn't show up. My friends were
All
here.
my friends are dead.
I would just like to give a shout out to my girls.
I want to say this as you're giving the shout out to the girls.
Don't
I
interrupt
want to
my
say this.
shout out.
My 2 favorite moments of the quarterfinals. One on the Friday when you're coming back to do the second workout, or your second workout, I guess.
Yeah.
And you had told me when you left that Malice and Alexa were not going to do it.
Yeah.
So I was just expecting you to come back to the gym after I coached the 12 p.m. by yourself, and you showed up with them. And you can tell like everyone's just kind of tired. Your body's pretty beat up.
Yeah,
and
we
I'm
just
about
went to home. We had a bagel and we complained for 1 hour.
You guys show up. We're about to start the work. They've warmed up and everything, and I'm about to start the workout. We're doing like last minute like preparation, like getting things ready. And then there's just a moment that I'm looking over the gym. I turn the music, start turning it up, and like you, Malice, and Alexa start like dancing and twerking and stuff. And I'm like, this is absolutely hilarious.
We were just trying to pump ourselves up.
And then the next day, Saturday morning, I'm coming into the gym with Tommy, and you girls are doing your last workout. You're all like very emotional. There's tears, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
We all cried.
And then you guys, Alexa went last.
Yeah.
I went, same thing. I'm on the other side of the gym, like with Tommy, get the music up. You all just start like dancing and twerking and stuff. And I'm like, this is a funny moment to be a part of. And it just happened like.
Yeah, you got to witness us in our element.
It was two of my most favorite moments of the entire quarterfinals.
Me, Alexa, and Malice trying to give ourselves a little.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like your little girl gang. Your little
pep ourselves up.
Yeah, girl gang was like, you could just tell. The quarterfinals is different than the open, folks. You're doing one workout that's about 12 minutes a week for 3 weeks. Like you do 3 workouts over 3 weeks. This was 4 workouts in your ladies' case was
3 days.
3 days, yeah. So the emotional toll, the stress, it does play a role in this, and the will to suffer. Like it has another layer to it. And anyways, I could just tell like you guys are just beat up. We were emotionally, physically, everything, and you guys are just having a good time dancing, and it was just from a outside. Like I was looking at it from the outsider, looking into your little clique there, and I just thought like, this is fucking hilarious. Yes, I didn't want to take the shine away from the girls here.
Anyways, I just wanted to shout them out because I feel like we really leaned on each other heavily in the group chat over the last few days and on the workouts, and honestly in life in general. I feel like we had babies at the same time, so we're all on our comeback, and I feel like this was like the peak.
It's cool.
The peak, and like, you know, Alexa got her first bar muscle up.
Yeah.
In the quarterfinals, which is insane. I wasn't there to see it in person, but I've watched the video an obnoxious amount of times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was very positive experience doing the workouts all
very
together.
Cool. Very
cool. That was my massive takeaway.
It was fun. Honestly, I'm proud of you guys. The workouts were fun. I think CrossFit's got to work a little bit better on the execution of delivery of the workouts.
The standards.
I've
been seeing this stuff online.
Yeah. I mean,
Hiller Fit is popping off.
Yeah, I think there's tweaking involved. They didn't do quarterfinals last year. They removed them, then they brought them back. I hope they just keep it. Like, just freaking keep the quarterfinals, guys. And
Stop
also
playing around with it.
Also, it's weird that you release the workouts on Monday and then you only have until Thursday to Monday to do it. Like, just release the workouts and then
on Wednesday
let us
night.
go. Yeah, like Wednesday, release the workouts. You guys have until now, until whenever, Monday night, whenever you guys choose. Doesn't matter when you choose. It's a bit of like,
there's too much honor system involved.
Yeah. And
for it to be like a sport.
Yeah.
Like a competition. Like, obviously we abided by the rules.
Yeah.
Because we're honorable people.
Yeah.
But there was no stopping someone from doing the workout on a Tuesday because the workout came out on Monday.
Yeah, Tuesday, rest on Wednesday, do another one Thursday, rest on Friday, Saturday. Like, yeah, it was definitely like unique that they do that. Little tweaks here and there, but I think CrossFit will get it right. I don't like to blame the standards because as an affiliate owner, it's our job to maintain the standards. Yeah. So if I see an athlete not performing it properly, like I no-repped Susie twice on her overhead squats, and it was heartbreaking. And Daphne also, oh man, like on her last
most heartbreaking
overhead squat, like she just had the bar too far behind her, and as she stood up, she couldn't stabilize and dropped the bar, and she was about to go to the shuttle runs. I was like, no, one more. She had to snatch it, and like this comes from a higher level. You know, CrossFit has always talked about the standards being the standards, and it's our job as affiliate owners and coaches to maintain that level of standard.
Yeah,
and so I don't like to blame movement standards. If the competition provides the movement standards, which they do, and you have to do the judges course for quarterfinals, then it's our job as judges and as coaches to make sure that people are moving really well and following them.
Yeah.
But I thought the workouts were cool.
I loved them.
I love the factor of, like, before it used to be we're going to release one workout, you have to do that workout that day. Then the next day after, they release the next one, the day after. So I kind of like the fact of, like, here's the 4 workouts. You have until this time to do it. Just go. I don't like the fact that there was no recording involved. I do like the fact that it's like from the general population, you don't have to record every video. But I do think that from the higher level athletes, there should be some sort of recording involved.
Yeah, because even sometimes, like, sometimes it's not like an intent. There's not like an intent to cheat or to move incorrectly, but if
Competition, you're playing on the fence.
yeah, like you're trying to move as fast as you can on a strict handstand push up and on
Yeah.
a overhead squat, and it's like it happens that you're not doing the movement standard to its
Yeah. I also like the fact
standard.
that you had to do so in the open, you could do it anywhere. As long as you either had a judge with you, like an official CrossFit judge, or you're at an affiliate, or you recorded yourself. And I like the fact that that they made the quarterfinals at an affiliate. It kind of like I get why the
Legitimized it a little
open
bit.
has to be like throughout the entire world, but I understand quarterfinals. I like the fact that they're like, hey, this is the next level competition. You have to do it at the affiliate. Kind of rewards the affiliates a little bit. So
Yeah, we pay a nice chunk of change to be part of CrossFit.
exactly, and to say that we do CrossFit and everything. So I like that.
Adds value to our business by doing that.
Yeah, for sure. So I think overall the quarterfinals, great experience, cool workouts. They also made it accessible. They didn't have like intense things like rope climbs or GHD sit-ups. They made it relatively accessible to most CrossFit gyms.
Yeah,
So the
like
programming,
everyone has a rig and a barbell and a rower.
I thought the programming was well-rounded. They kind of touched on some heavier stuff, some lighter stuff, some like grit work, some higher skill movements, but also like the lower skill stuff as well. So I thought it was
where I shine, baby.
I thought it was a nice combination of everything, and it was cool. It was really cool experience. It's the first year we kind of like bought into the quarterfinals, and we had a lot of athletes go through it, and it was really, really fun experience. I'm hungry now. I feel like I am excited for the off season. I feel like my body needs it as well to kind of just deload a little bit, but I have like goals in mind that I'm excited to start working towards, and let's bring on open 2027 training.
I feel like I've had a lot of just stress and good stress, but stress around my training in the last little while with the open and the quarterfinals and trying to, crunch time and blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking forward to having kind of like a little bit of a just like for fun again in the group classes a little bit before I dial back into the next thing. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go do this group class right now and work on my handstands.
Hell yeah. So we're going to end this episode with Clientsssss of the week.
Pew, 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 pew.
And two of them are going to be our two ladies who did their very first bar muscle
girls.
up. Which Susie spoiled it before, but shout out to Alexa.
Yes, sorry, spoiled it.
For getting her very first bar muscle
and
up.
then her second and her third.
And her second, third rep, which was freaking epic at the end of 80 dumbbell hang squat cleans, which is crazy.
That's disgusting that she did that.
And it's just kind of cool. She's been working on the bar muscle up for a decent amount of time. On Tuesday mornings when she trains with Kat, they work on it after class together. They get the grips on. They're doing different things, and it's really cool.
Fun. I love that.
To see them go into that. And Kat opted not to go into the quarterfinals just because she's got a baby at home and she's going through it and everything. And
it wasn't her year.
And it was just kind of cool because I was like, Kat, like Alexa got her first bar muscle up. Like I told her the next day. She's like, no way. And I was like, big reason is because of you, like you both going together to train after the class on Tuesday mornings together. Like it's a very cool moment. So shout out to Alexa. So unfortunate. I had to go pick up Tommy from daycare. I stayed at the gym longer and I had someone else judge her. But then like instantly got the video from one of the people, and like the video of her getting her bar muscle up is so freaking epic.
I love it.
The excitement, like the way she puts her head down, like I was getting emotional watching it because I know how much time she spent working on it. Was really cool. And anyways, and also just her energy, cheering you guys on. She's really like encouraging the community members around her, and she's just bringing the standard up. So
yeah,
shout out to Alexa. And then the second client is also another lady that got her first muscle up, who has been working.
She has been working out so hard.
I kid you not, guys. 5 days a week
for
I don't know, maybe 700 days, like over a year and a half of her like every single day practicing the bar muscle up with elastic bands and drills and things like that. And I got to judge her.
You were judging
and she
her.
got her she got her bar muscle up the day before, and Lucy messaged me saying, hey, Farida got her first bar. So she came in before, and I was like, I heard you got your first one. She's like, I did. And I was like, okay, like this is how we should strategize it. And it was so cool to judge her, to be able to see her actually flying on the bar. And I can't remember exactly how many she got. I think she also got 3, if I'm not mistaken.
It's so cool.
But so freaking
so
epic. Like, I'm so proud of her.
She's so disciplined.
Yeah, she's also just big humble person. Will
She's
never
the
brag
sweetest
about
person
anything.
in the whole world, and I just love it
Yeah.
because she calls us Miss Susie and Mr. Brandon.
Yeah, so she's just like the sweetest girl, and so really pumped up for both of those ladies.
Clients of
They
the
bring
week.
they bring a lot of fun energy to the class, a lot of kindness, a lot of beauty, a lot of strength. So shout out to those 2 clients for getting their first bar muscle up, for going through the quarterfinals, their very first quarterfinals. And yeah, super pumped. And shout out to all the athletes for going through the quarterfinals. If you're an athlete that is hearing this and you're hungry for next year, let's sit down. Let's create a roadmap for you to get there, to get to that top 25% in the world.
Let's do it.
And let's build you up. I'm super stoked for next year as well. I know we're already going to have more people in the quarterfinals next year.
Well, congratulations on beating me in the quarterfinals, baby.
Oh, that feels good to hear.
Just remember.
You'll get me on the open next year.
Just remember, I demolished you in the open. You kind of beat me on the quarterfinals, but I crushed you. I embarrassed you on the open.
All right. I'll note
Anyways,
that.
we'll just leave it on that.
Okay. Thanks, love.
You won fair and square.
Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. And that wraps up our CrossFit Games season. Some super fit athletes are going to semifinals, but most of us in the world, we go into the off season and we prep.
It's slacking season, baby.
Not slacking season.
Sorry.
It's time to get to work. It's time to create the roadmap to get you guys ready for 2027. What you do now matters for next year, guys. What you do now matters.
Absolutely.
All right. That being said, we'll catch you in the next one. All right.
Bye.
See ya.